Hi, it's Mike back with you, and I've got the pleasure of coming back to the Ericsson Imagine Studio, and I've got Magnus. Now, you're the Vice President, Head of Ericsson Research. Have I got that right?
Yes, that's right.
Well, look, thank you for joining us today. People back home, back in Australia, are asking me, all sorts of questions about research, what the next generation of technology is going to look like, what the evolution of 5G is. But I come from a research background, so I love this sort of stuff. But what most excites you about the future technologies? As a researcher, what most excites you about where we're heading?
Yeah, I think it's of course exciting with more mobile broadband and even better performance for all subscribers today. But that's a little bit more of the same, right?
Yeah.
What really excites me is about the networks enabling the digitalization of so many different functions and things in society, and what kind of impact that actually could have.
So I saw, there was a demo before where they digitized me. So I was walking in a pretend factory, and there was a digital version of me that was then being used for, like I was in a factory and I was being protected so no one would run me over. But I've seen on the website, you're talking about the transition from 5G to 6G, and this digital, the physical world meeting the digital world.
I think the trick is, of course, that in the physical world, there will be a lot of sensors.
Yep.
In the environment, but all different objects,
Yep.
cars has
Yep.
a huge amount of sensors, and we will have sensors ourselves and so on, right? And all of that sensory information will then be moved over to the digital side.
Yep.
And there you will create a digital representation of this environment. You can think about the crossing with all the
so
cars. So
everything in the streets in a smart city will all become, there'll be digital versions of all of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And we talk about these digital twins. So all
Yep.
different objects then existing in the physical will have their digital twin living in this digital representation. And if you have that and you have all of this data coming in real time, then of course you are able to learn over time this situation. So you will have a perfect sort of model of the crossing with all the cars and everything.
Yep.
And if you have that, you will be able to start to predict what will happen.
Okay.
Right? And you can also think about that you could simulate what will happen, and then you can try different actions.
So
And
is this
look
where
at the
artificial
outcomes.
intelligence is looking ahead to connecting this and learning from this?
Of course, in such a digital representation filled with all of this data,
Yep.
the AI algorithm with Excel in providing efficiency, finding new ways of solving different situations and problems. And then when you have something that you like, you actuate that back.
Okay.
And by that you can program the physical world.
So I've got the existing physical world being digitized with a lot of different models, going into the future digital world with AI, and then when I've got a model that I like, it then comes back to the physical world and improves the physical world.
Yeah, exactly.
And what was the term you used? It was
cyber-physical continuum.
Cyber-physical continuum. I don't know what that acronym is. I'm going to have to get used to that. Cyber-physical continuum.
Yeah. And especially then for a human then being in the physical world, then you can take advantage of all of this extra digital information.
Yep.
Because you are there, everything is sort of, the system understands where you are, exactly what you're looking at. They can place virtual objects, it can give you extra information, you can interact with different things. Right?
But look, Magnus, thank you very much. It's a pleasure, and I've loved looking around the studio here. And